What's up, YouTube? I'm Mike, and today I am sitting trying to work, and this train that you can see here that has one car left is going to stop right in the middle of the track. Oh, look, he's going to go now. He's probably going to back up in a minute. So I figured I would take this opportunity to record a little update video on the Tren acetate cycle. Today is, I believe, day 5. I think so. I think it's day 5. It's day 5 or 6. I have been steadily increasing my dose, shocking. Since inception, I started at about 10 milligrams per day, and then I have slowly crept the dose up to what is now, I took 15 milligrams this morning. The reason being is that I've been letting the E, sorry for that bouncing around, I'm trying to hold my phone and drive. I've been letting the E slowly, obviously I stopped taking the Tren E, and so it's, it's falling out of serum concentration, and so I'm kind of bringing up the Tren Ace behind it. I was concerned out the gate that the Tren Ace was going to cause me to go a little high on the E, or the total overall dose, and that I could get some negative side effects. I'm very happy to report that almost, five or 6 days in, I'm having zero what I would call negative side effects from the Tren Ace. Obviously, we're still dealing with very low dosages here, so there's not really a lot of side effects that you would expect. I was stable on 120 milligrams of Tren E, and I was getting, like, what I like to get from it. I was getting a little bit of extra added aggression, getting the nutrient partitioning, the increased metabolic rate, so much so that I basically have hypothyroidism. My T3 is out of the range, it's high out of the range, and my T4 and TSH are normal. So what I'm being told is that this is not to be unexpected on long-term Tren use, that effectively the Tren is doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is helping me to upregulate thyroid function and burn fat. I hope that this is true. Something else that I have to report is that I finally got my E2 blood work in this morning. I was very happy to get this in this morning, because despite the intense Tren libido that I've been experiencing, I had totally useless broke D again last night. I'm talking absolutely, completely non-functional. I mean, I was able to finish, but we're talking about spaghetti noodle from basically start to finish. I have not been able to understand any causal factor for this. I have been fighting with this. I was terrified last night that the mint had, or maybe not even the mint, maybe the combination of 319-Nor drugs had done something to break my physiology, because I have been taking 1 milligram. Actually, recently I increased the dose. I've been taking 1.5 milligrams of 8X per day. So, and I did that for like 2 or 3 days, I think, before I got my blood work done. So, at a minimum of 1 milligram of 8X per day for the last several weeks, my E2 level came back at 22 in a range of up to 29. So, technically speaking, my estrogen is normal, and therefore I should not be experiencing the sexual side effects that I'm experiencing. Now, my prolactin is still slightly low at 1.1. Obviously, that could have some causal factor to play, but I just don't think that it should. My libido has been going up and down. My functionality has been going up and down since I got off the mint. The second that the E2 started falling, I had fully functional D game, and it will last for 2 or 3 days, and then it goes away. So, on the one hand, I'm very happy to report that I do not still have high E2, because that would be nerve-wracking. On the other hand, I'm not happy to report that my E2 is not in the toilet, because it should be totally crashed. There's no reason for my estrogen to not be totally crashed at the dose that I've been taking. I have reduced my testosterone dose to 400 milligrams per week. So I'm down 100 milligrams per week. And I think that I'm going to drop it again down to 300, and I'm going to start dosing the 8X every other day, which is what I should need at 300 milligrams of test. What I have also been doing is, as I'm dropping the test, I'm putting the Primo back in, because I do not want my total androgen load falling at this point, honestly, ever, really. But so like the other night, I pinned 200 milligrams of test, which when you pull from a bottle of test 250 comes out to 0.80. So I pinned 80 units of test C, and I just filled the rest of the 1 cc pin with Primo, so that comes out to about 40 milligrams of Primo. So I don't know whether I'm going to continue doing that or not, basically replacing the test with the Primo. I had some pretty bad anxiety the other night, and I think that occurred after the Primo shot. I don't know if Primo just doesn't set well with me or not, but I'm going to try it again, and if the anxiety returns, post Primo injection, then I'll know that is in fact the causal factor. I swear to God, man, I'm having so many issues suddenly with all of these roids that I just want to quit the game. What I do definitively think that I'm going to end up doing is does not look like my appointment at all. I do not believe that I'm in the right place. Let me back up here. Yeah, I don't think this is the right. See, this is what happens when you try to drive and work and shoot YouTube videos. I need to just find a place to park and finish this video is what I need to do. Stand by, please. Live action YouTube videos, baby. This is what happened. This is the day today. Now I'm constantly on the move. I think I found some shade over here that I could get in and finish up this little video here, this little update video. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to figure out how to produce content and have a day job and make the time, make the content both meaningful and interesting, and and still earn a buck or two, because that's kind of the point. So, because the thing is, if I'm not going to earn anything from these videos, then I might as well not be sitting here during lunch. I can go knock doors during lunch. I can still work. Just because it's 12 to 1 doesn't mean that I have to be sitting here making YouTube videos. So anyway, so the good news is the E2 is back in line. The bad news is my D game is still broken. One other thing before I forget, I know what some of you are going to say. I don't know why this, I am almost 44 years old. About the same time that I started having broke D game problems. Some of you can be like, dude, how could you not have figured out that this was the cause yet? I stopped taking Cialis. I did. The reason that I stopped taking Cialis, the only reason, is because my buddy Kowalser told me that you basically should not stay on a proton pump inhibitor indefinitely, that it can be a causal factor in gastric tumors, which scared the shit out of me, because I had been taking esomeprazole, which is Nexium, I think. I'd been taking 1 Nexium a day for the previous 11 months. I can pretty much only tolerate what are they, like Cialis, Viagra, PD5 inhibitors. I can only tolerate those with a proton pump inhibitor. I get the most miserable fucking heartburn. It just feels like the top of my stomach is on fire constantly. It ruins my appetite. I just can't tolerate them. So when he told me I couldn't keep taking the PPI, I dropped the Cialis. I was not really concerned about this because I was only taking 3 milligrams of Cialis. I can't tolerate any more than that. And I was convinced that it wasn't enough Cialis to actually be addressing my erection issues to begin with. Then this morning I'm talking to my wife, and she's like, well, if 3 milligrams is enough to cause you to have other side effects, like, why would it not be enough to affect the D game? And I'm like, damn, that's true. If I'm getting all of these side effects from 3 milligrams of Cialis, like, why would it be loosening apparently it like loosens your esophageal sphincter, I think, which is what causes the heartburn. If 3 milligrams is strong enough to do that, surely it's strong enough to open the blood flow to the little soldier and get him back in the game. So what I did this morning after getting my E2 result back is I dosed 1 milligram of Cialis. I'm going to dose 1 milligram of Cialis for a few days, see if that has any effects, see if I get any side effects. If I get no effects at all, then I will dose it back up to 2 milligrams, which is where I was at last time. I tried this once before. When I got off the proton pump, when I got off the Nexium, I was taking 2 milligrams of Cialis a day, and I was still getting horrific heartburn. It was just miserable. It ruins my appetite. It just hurts constantly. It's just a bad feeling. And Kowalser had recommended, I think, Pepcid Complete. I was taking one of those. Apparently, you're supposed to take 2. So I'll try the Pepcid Complete again if the symptoms return. But I gotta be honest, guys. This is probably gonna come as no shock to some of you. If I put the Cialis back in, and that is the causal factor, if that fixes the D game, I'll take my risks with gastric cancer. I'm going back on the proton pump inhibitor. I've been doing research all morning about it, and it seems like the connections between the supposed, they list all kinds of things that long-term proton pump inhibitor use can cause: chronic kidney disease, osteoporosis. There's a lot of scary shit that supposedly taking a proton pump inhibitor can cause. But when you really dial into the data, none of it is conclusive. And the risks are really low. And it's like, I don't know, dude. I mean, what's the point in living if your D doesn't work? The thing that's, because I've been trying to figure out, like, what could possibly have suddenly gone wrong. I've been blaming the mint because that was the thing that I added. Guys keep saying, oh, it's your testosterone. You can't take that much test and that much DECA. It's Tren, it's this, it's that. The problem is my D game was perfectly functional on 500 milligrams of test, 200 milligrams of DECA, 100 milligrams of Tren, 500 milligrams of Masteron. On those doses, I was taking 3.5 to 4 milligrams of 8X per week. I was taking 3/4 of a milligram of cabergoline a week. And my D game was totally 100% dialed in. But I was taking Cialis at 3 milligrams a day. So now that my E2 is back in range, and now that I actually have physical drive, my libido is back, and now that my prolactin is back close enough to the range that it's really, it's definitely responsible for reduced orgasm quality. It certainly should not be causing ED. And so we're going to try the Cialis and see what happens. I still think, given all of the nightmares that I've been going through, and just given the fact that I'm bored and I want to try something new, I think that I'm going to progressively lower my testosterone level until I crash it, until it's either gone and or my estrogen crashes. I've tried everything else in the world just about. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a new experiment. So I'm going to take all the testosterone out of my system so that I have the minimal amount of aromatase expression taking place. Obviously, I'm going to continue using a little bit of HCG to keep the boys nice and plump. And I'm going to have the DECA in there, which is going to do a little bit of aromatizing. If the DECA and HCG are enough to give me a physiological amount of estrogen, then great. I do not think that they will be. If my E2 is crashed on HCG and DECA only, then I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either going to massively increase the dose of DECA until I get enough estrogen conversion to reach the physiological level, or what's more likely to occur is that I'm going to inject estradiol valerate, and so that I can take total control of my estrogen. If I suspect that I will have better results if I keep the DECA low. If I suspect I'll have better results if I keep aromatization at a minimum. That way I will be free to run as much Tren and Masteron, Primo, maybe Anadrol that I want, because I won't have to deal with any aromatization. I can keep my E2 stable with the administration of exogenous estradiol, and see what happens. I haven't, I know Derek attempted this before. I think he did a DECA E2 only cycle. I need to go back probably before I try this and watch his video. I don't remember why he ended up not enjoying it. But who knows, man? Like I've tinkered with everything else. I'm thinking about tinkering with this. I can't remember if I said it in the previous video. I know I was talking about it on Discord. The OF page may be getting ready to get lit again. The Tren effect on the libido is profound. The thing that I don't understand is it's significantly more profound on the ACE, even though my overall dose is not higher. I am geared up in a major way to start making that content again, and it's a lot of fun, and it's really far more lucrative, unfortunately, than this. When I stopped doing lives and getting super tips and all that kind of stuff, the revenues just went in the toilet. So maybe I'll do some more lives, or something to kind of resurrect this thing. The Tren Bologna is giving me a lot of energy, so maybe I'll just come on here frequently and run my mouth about something, because the core of you guys seem to enjoy me running my mouth about just about anything. So that's what's going on today. I'll keep this one short. I wanted to talk about the blood work and the fact that despite everything basically being back to normal, I am still broken in a major way. Last night was an incredibly disappointing experience. And then I had the epiphany moment this morning that maybe it is the absence of the PED5 inhibitor. I don't really understand why I would need that. I mean, yeah, I'm like 44 in a month, but with all the gear that I'm on, I just don't know why I would need a PED5 inhibitor to function. But maybe being on one for so long, made me dependent. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, at my age, is it just a foregone conclusion that the blood flow is going to be negatively affected? Do you think that the gear should be enough to offset it? Is Cialis just a no-brainer? What's the deal? What am I up against here? Because I'm telling you right now, you guys know that my grip on this existence is tentative at best, tenuous at best. If the reapplication of a PDE5 inhibitor puts my D game completely back in action, I'm gonna roll the dice with the proton pump inhibitor. I'm 44. I mean, I got to get cancer at some point, right? It's either gonna be cancer or heart attack or stroke. And if I have the choice between maybe developing cancer in 10 years or 5 years or whatever number of years, or having broke D game for the rest of my life, like, it's not even a question, guys. Not even a question. I got to get this. Get this kitty cat while the getting is good. You know what I mean? See, I gotta be careful. I'm scared to say anything on this channel anymore. All my videos just keep taking, like the Tren Ace video that I said absolutely nothing rule breaking took almost 48 hours to get published. It's obscene, man. Which is another reason why I feel like I'm all bottled up. I feel like I got a Tren rant coming. I've got some explosive meltdown just right on the precipice of going off, and then I'm gonna post it and no one's gonna see it because they keep demonetizing all of my actually exciting content. So I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know. I've got so many OF pages. I've got one OF page that's just got my bodybuilding stuff on it. We've got our free OF page that's all, well, there's one picture of me on there, so watch out. But it's all like pretty much PG. And then we've got the full-blown spicy content, which we haven't touched in a long time. I don't know, man. This day job makes me think that being a pornographer might not be the worst job in the world. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, there you have it. Another car rant video. This is what's going on. I'll keep you guys posted with all my experimentation. Something crazy is going to happen soon. I can tell already because the Tren has got me fired up, baby. It's time to make some changes. So there you have it. As always, thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one.